Alrighty, I wanted to show 3 by 1 digit division using the standard algorithm. It is going to start the same way as 2 by 1 digit, except we now have an extra digit. So the process is going to be exactly the same. It's just going to look a little longer. Okay, I always start by asking, can 4 go into 5? Yes, the answer is yes. How many times can 4 go into 5? If I count by 4s, 4, 8, well, 2's too many, so I go back 1. I know I can make one equal group of 4 out of 5, so that one goes right above the 5. My next step is to check my multiplication. 4 times 1 is 4. That goes right above, or right below, sorry, the 5. 5 minus 4, because our next step is subtraction, is 1. Let me check up until this point. 4 times 1 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. Great. Just like I asked, how many times can 4 go into 5? I need to ask, how many times can 4 go into 1? I know that 4 cannot go into 1 evenly, so I need to bring down the next number, which is also a 1. Now I can ask, can 4 go into 11? I know that 4 can go into 11 because 11 is bigger than 4. So now I need to figure out how many times can 4 go into 11. I can count by 4s, 4, 8, 12. 12 is too many, so I go back 1. 4 can go into 11 2 times evenly, so that 2 goes right above the 11. Let me check my math. 4 times 2 is equal to 8. So that 8 goes right below the 11. And then I subtract. 11 minus 8 is equal to 3. I know that 4 cannot go into 3 because 3 is less than 4. So I need to bring down this last number. Again, super important that you check your math. So before I brought down that 4, I needed to see 4 times 2 is in fact 8. 11 minus 8 is 3. Great. The reason why I'm bringing down the 4 is because 4 cannot go into 3 evenly. So I need to make that 3 into a 34. The same thing just keeps repeating. I need to ask, how many times can 4 go into 34? So I count by 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. So that was 9 times. 36 is too many, so I need to go back to 8. So I know that 4 can go into 34 8 times evenly. The 8 goes right above the 4 because I'm asking how many times can 4 go into 34. So that's where that 8 comes from. Then I check my math. 4 times 8 is equal to 32. 34 minus 32 is equal to 2. 2 is less than 4, but I have no more numbers to bring down, so that becomes my remainder. Again, always super important to check your work, and I like to do that by using multiplication. So I'm going to multiply the answer that I got by 4. I always start in the ones place. 8 times 4 is 32. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 more is 11. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. I got 512. My original answer was 514. I cannot forget about my remainder, so I add in that extra 2 2 plus 2 is 4. 1 plus nothing is nothing. 5 plus nothing is still 5. Or 1 plus nothing is 1. 5 plus nothing is 5. So there it is. 514, 514. So I know that this is the correct answer. All right, let's try one more. Always going to start off the same. Can 7 go into 3? In this case, this cannot go into the first number. So I don't just put a 0 right above that. I open it up to make this a 2-digit number. Can 7 go into 35? I know that 7 can go into 35, but how many times? So I'm going to count by 7s until I get as close to 35 as possible without going over. So I have 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. So I hit 35 right on the 5th time, so that 5 goes right above the 35. It does not go above the 3 because I cannot make equal groups out of 3. I can make equal groups out of 35. And the process is the same. I need to multiply 7 times 5, which is 35. And then I need to subtract. 35 minus 35 is equal to 0. Again, checking my math, 7 times 5 is 35. 35 minus 35 is 0. Since I cannot ask how many times 7 can go into nothing, I know immediately that I need to bring down that 8. I know that 7 can go into 8, but how many times? So I count by 7s. 7, 14. So 2 times is too many. So I know that I can make one equal group out of 8. That one goes right above the 8. If I'm checking my math, 7 times 1 is 7. And then 8 minus 7 is 1. 1 is less than 7, but I have nothing else to bring down, so that is my remainder. And then I could check my math. Check my work. I can multiply 51 times 7. One times 7 is 7. 7 times 5 is 35. So I got 357. My answer is 358, but that is where the remainder comes in. So I need to add the remainder at the end. 7 plus 1 is 8. 5 plus nothing is 5. 3 plus nothing is still 3. So that 358 matches 358. Always check your work.